Hi and welcome back to my video series Tips and Tricks. Today's tip and trick is on leads. Now I'm not going to recommend a particular brand or anything like that, just a few basics about leads. And number one is they need to be solid, so they need to be appropriate for your dog. You know, don't have a little tiny lead for a really big dog, and don't have a really heavy lead for a little tiny dog, obviously. So the lead needs to be appropriate for the dog. And if it's a lead for walking, then, you know, no longer than 6 feet. You don't want a long lead. And retractable leads, I always say a big no to those things. They're horrible. Most of the people using them are pretty horrible as well. Sorry if you use one, but, you know, how many times have people come into with one of those dogs on a retractable lead that's out 30 feet and the dog's across you and you're tripping over the lead, or the dog comes charging because it's got all this lead. So it's all about control. As owners, we have total responsibility. We are responsible for controlling our dogs, and lead, not on lead, it really doesn't matter. So always inspect your lead before it goes on the dog. Inspect the stitching, inspect the fabric, inspect any of the connections, and make sure they're all solid, all in good working condition. You don't want a lead breaking once you're out that door. Make sure the lead is comfortable in the hands. So this is really, really important if you have hand problems or arthritis or anything like that. Or if the dog, you know, is stronger than you are, you want a really good lead that feels good in your hands, that you can get a really good grip on. So often, you know, the round ones slide too much in your hands. Thin ones you can't really grip properly. So you want a nice lead that's good for that. You want one that if it does slip at all, doesn't immediately burn your hands. So some of them are terrible. They do that and they burn. And of course you want to open your hand. There goes the lead. So you want something you can grip well, that really does suit your hand. And you want something that's not going to burn if it does slide a little bit too. That's really important. I like a utility lead. All right, it gives me 2 connections, a bunch of adjustments here. So if I just want a hand piece, there it is. If I want to put this around a pipe or something to secure the dog, there it is. And so I can tether the dog, secure the dog really quickly, really easily. The other thing is that with this one, you just bring this down like this and you can adjust the length really easy. And now I can have a handle. Alright, so it shortens it up nicely and I can have a handle. But the other thing that's wonderful is when I do this, I can connect 2 dogs with the one lead really, really quickly. So, Tenchi, to me. Kuma, to me. So here, good boy, up, and now I have a connector, and whichever dog's on the outside I can adjust the length from one side to the other. I can have it through here and hooked, and as you can see there it is, both dogs controlled at once, and it's fantastic for that. Sit, good, Denny. So, you know, this type of lead is just absolutely wonderful. And the other thing I can do with it too is it can operate hands-free. So I simply connect it up and then goes onto the dog, and now it's hands-free. Hope that helps. We'll see you in the next one.